Hello, Cruising World. Mick the Suit Guy with you. It's ship tour time. Ooh, I love my ship tours. Even though I get up at like some ridiculous o'clock to make them for you. This time I have Carnival Pride, which we were lucky enough to be on recently. Pride is part of the Spirit class of ships, which includes the Miracle, the Spirit, the Pride, the Luminosa, and the Legend. If I am incorrect, put that in the comments. But I think that's it. I think they're the ones. So yeah, if you've been at any of those ships, they all should be fairly similar. Not sure about Luminosa, not been on there yet. Not sure what changes they made, but the other ones should be fairly identical to this one. But you know, don't assume it's the same because there's differences in some of them, somehow, somewhere. So if you're going on the Pride and you want to see what the ship looks like, check this out. Buckle up. All right, Carnival Pride, here we go. We're actually going to start on deck 1 on this ship because the comedy club is all the way down on deck 1. Not very often you see that, but we're coming in here right now. It's called the Butterflies Lounge for the comedy club. There's the bar, and there's all your seating area with a stage. Decent sized comedy club, but as with all comedy clubs, they get busy. So make sure you get in early if you want to see, or you will not get one. They always fill up. We're very lucky to have the wonderful CJ Jones this week. All right, so there you are. That's the Butterflies Comedy Lounge. So now we're going to make our way up onto deck 2, shockingly. Once again, I'm doing this like at 6:30 in the morning, so if I'm walking like I'm tired, it's because I am tired after a day on Cheers. The things I do. All right, so we're coming up to deck 2 now. And immediately, we're going to take you into the main lounge. Taj Mahal, it is called on this ship. If I could open doors, it would be better. All right, so here we go. You'll see there's stairs up and down everywhere, secret little entrances to come into these areas from. So we're going to walk in here, we're going to walk you up to the stage and show you a quick pan, and then we'll continue down deck 2. Most of the stuff on this ship is on deck 2 and 3. This being a Spirit class ship, it's going to be very similar to the Miracle, the Legend, the new Luminosa. So there's the stage. And the Spirit, of course. So now we're going to come out of here and we'll show you some other good stuff. And some more stairs going up just to show you. All right. So as we come out back into we're at the front of the ship on deck 2. Restrooms there. And that will be your entrance to go down to the comedy club as well. If you didn't want to go down deck 1, there's one on the opposite side too. We're going to come in here, and immediately on the right here, you'll see there's a change machine. You can also check your account, but better off doing it on the hub, a bit more private, and an ATM. There's a card room, kind of a quote-unquote library room. And on the left here is where they'll do all the trivia. There is your coffee shop. And right next to the coffee shop, we have the Red Frog Pub. Again, it looks pretty dark outside because it was dark. Like 6:30 in the morning, like I said. And the sun had not arisen. But this is a nice big bar, the Red Frog Pub here. There's your main bar area, and they got some games. There's a foosball table, shuffleboard. There's some dartboards in the corner. There's a cornhole. And the band largely, the week we were on, the band played mainly in here. But you'll see it's a nice large bar. And then we're back out to the area where the coffee was. And again, they do the trivia mostly here. Ignore that piano, it's there for no reason. There's a shopping desk on the left. And if you look on the right, we're going to pan around to it in a second, I believe. Yep, there are some computer stations for you if you need that. But we're just going to come back down here, and immediately to the left of the Red Frog pub is the Skybox Sports Bar. So we're going to come in here and show you that. They always leave all those TVs on all night, every night. So that's the Skybox Sports Bar, and that leads into the casino, as most of the sports bars do. So I'm going to walk you through here. Decent sized casino, plenty of tables. There's the casino bar right there. It's a nice big bar. So we'll come down this way. Show you more tables, more machines. Casino desk is on the right. We're just about to pass it. So as you can see, it's a decent sized casino. Now we're kind of just about midship. Another ATM and another change machine. There is your sushi, Bonsai Sushi right there. Always good. Yes, we did have dinner in here one night. She took CJ out. I do like the sushi. I don't like the California rolls, that's just me. But other than that, I pretty much like everything in there. So you'll come out from the sushi. And then we'll come across this way. Well, like I said, we're kind of up midship on deck 2 right now. And right ahead here on the right is the shore excursions desk. And then just a bit further down on the right there are guest services. Stairs leading up to deck 3, but here is the main atrium lobby bar. And more seating in the back. And the musicians here will play on a little stage right behind the bar. But we are going to continue to the back of deck 2. So we're going to come down this way. More restrooms. And as we turn around this corner, you are going to see the Alchemy Bar. So there's the Alchemy, back of deck 2. And there'll be musicians playing in that back corner there. There's some really good ones on this ship. And then the nightclub is on the right side coming up here. Plenty of seating. And that black door is the entrance to the nightclub. But I tried to get in, but it was closed. The door was locked. But trust me, that is the nightclub, as you just saw, Beauty's nightclub. So now we're almost at the back of deck 2. And here is the one restaurant on board. A lot of ships will have 2 restaurants. This ship only has the one. The lower level would be what we had for the your time dining, and the upper level was the set dining, early or late. Sorry, the other way around. The upper level was for your time dining, and the lower level was for early or late dining. Who knows if they'll ever change it? But basically, the 2 decks of this are the entire main dining room for the ship. There is not another restaurant. So this is the lower level on deck 2, and you'll see you could see the upper level there. We were on for Easter. We had a rather nice Easter menu, I will say. Well, I enjoyed it anyway. Right, there's the main entrance there. We're coming back out, and now we're going to head up to deck 3. So we'll go up here. There's a few little nuances on this ship that will take a little while to get used to, and I'll show you a couple of secret places in a second, but it's a nice layout on these ships. I like the way you can walk all the way down deck 2 and pretty much deck 3 as well. This is the upper level of the restaurant we were just in. And again, this is where they had the Your Time dining. And they were set this morning for the Dr. Seuss breakfast. So this is what you'll get if you ever go to the Dr. Seuss breakfast. This is how it's set up. Just like that. That is an extra fee, just so you know. They typically do it on the last sea day of a cruise. One at about 8 in the morning, one at about 9:45. They'll have all the characters and all that good stuff come out. It's not expensive. The food's, nothing special, but it's obviously geared towards the green eggs and ham and stuff like that. All right, so now we're going to keep walking back towards the front of deck 3. There's a bar that they typically use this for the restaurant to get their drinks, and a lot of people would wait before they went in for dinner. On the left there was the art gallery. I'm going to make our way down here. Again, we're on deck 3. You'll see it's starting to get light outside, very slowly. But we're going to come into the main pixels area right now. So this is pretty much all pixels. Looking down at the lobby bar. Still in pixels. And now we're going to come out of pixels and make our way. We're now at the front of deck 3. And then you'll see a lot of the shops and stuff coming up. So now we're coming into the shop area, shopping area, as it were. And now we're almost at the front of deck 3. Still got these stores. There's the regular Carnival store. We've got a cherry on top coming up on the left. Right there. More shops. Now on the left here you have the piano bar. A little seating area right there. Here's the piano bar. It's a nice big piano bar. Now this used to be a chapel when I was on this ship before, but now it's a warehouse coming up. Just a bit of a change, huh? So there's the one side to the warehouse. There's another entrance on the opposite side that I'll show you. And there's a restroom there. But that definitely used to be a chapel. All right, now we're almost at the front of deck 3, so we're going to show you into the lounge again. The Taj Mahal. Again, on the right, you saw some more steps. Steps everywhere, coming up in between the decks. So, right, so here we are back on the upper level of the main theater. Right there. But there's a couple of little sneaky things I'm going to show you about. If you want a nice getaway and relaxing moment on these class of ships, the Spirit class, I'll show you something right now that you may not know was there, and you may never see it if you didn't know it was there, even though you're on the ship. But if you double back on yourself right here and come down this walkway, it's called a sunset garden. It's a nice little quiet area you can go if you want to get away from everything. There's very rarely anybody here, especially when it's pitch black outside, as you can see. But during the day, when it's nice daylight and you can see the sea, the ocean, come here with a book, just get away from everything and just it's always quiet. Apart from the fact that at the back here are all the kids' clubs entrances. So just be aware of that. So you may get the odd kid coming down here. But they're mostly on the decks kind of up above this. So if you've got these stairs here, it's going to lead you to a Circle C. So we're now up on deck 4, Circle C, and most of the other kids' clubs, apart from Club O2, are up on deck 5, so right above this one. So that's Circle C, one of the kids' clubs. You would think by now I would know the age groups of all these clubs, but I don't have children, so I never remember. Now we're going to walk around the back because that same area with the quiet area is also on the opposite side. So we're still on deck 3. We just came back down from deck 4 where Circle C was. Now if we pop up these stairs, there's an area called the Cove, but it was locked and you couldn't get in. And I forgot to ask what it is, and I still don't know what it is. So if anybody knows what the Cove is, please put it in the comments. So this is the opposite side to where Circle C was. This is the Cove. And I genuinely don't know what it is. It's in there. I probably should know, right? So that's a couple of little things on deck 4, the Cove and the Circle C. We'll come back to deck 3 and we're going to walk around and show you the opposite sides of that nice relaxing area. So again, it's on both sides of the ship. So we're going to walk you down the opposite side now and show you it. Again, just a nice relaxing place to come if you want to read a book or do whatever. But it's just a quiet zone, as it were. Quiet space. I walked around here a few times during the week and I never saw more than 1 or 2 people in here. All right, so we're now back into the main deck 3 area. And there's the other entrance to the warehouse for the games, the kids' games. So we'll pop in here real quick and show you. Again, these are on 24/7, and it is loud in there. All right, a couple more things to show you on these somewhat lower decks before we head up to the Lido area and above. So there we are coming out of deck 3. Again, we're still forward deck 3. As you can see right there. What I want to do now is we're going to head up to deck 5 to show you the last couple of things. Walk with me, people. You should actually see when we prep these, Julie comes with me and she's actually standing behind me as I do these tours and she's like, don't forget this on the right, don't forget this on the left, because we know when I get back that I'm going to do this talk over. So we always prep this 2 or 3 times before we actually do the filming. All right, here we are in deck 5. I'm not going to pan this whole area. See that corridor? We're going to go to the end of this corridor. And now I'm at the end of that corridor. And this is where the rest of the kids' clubs are. The Camp Ocean. Well, the O2 is up on deck, I want to say 10, but we'll show you that. The Sharks, the Stingrays. There you go, ages under there. So there, 9 to 11, 6 to 8. Right here, the front of deck 5. And of course, we also have the Penguins age 2 to 5. All right, now we're up at the back of deck 9, the Lido deck, and we're going to take you around the upper levels. It's daylight now, but the sun is still rising. So this is a Serenity Deck on Carnival Pride. You've got a pool and a hot tub we just went by, and then you've got a nice shaded seating area right here. And there is your Serenity Bar. It's quite a large bar. Looking back down there again, you see, there's the pool and a hot tub behind it. This is the adult-only area on the ship. It's at the very back of deck 9. And there's your towel pickup. Restrooms, one on either side. And you have these buttons you have to hit to open these doors. Remember that. Many times I was caught just standing there waiting for the door to open, thinking it was automatic. But nope, you have to hit that button. So now we're going to walk you down into the main marketplace dining area. You'll see continental breakfast was already going, the omelets there. A few early risers, a little coffee bar if you want your coffee, as well as the one down below. There's your menu mate. If you have a food allergy or you need any special diet help, you go see them and they will help you plan your meals for the week. They're usually at the back of the Lido Marketplace. So you have all these little food areas here. Not all filled out yet, because like I said, I was here really early and the buffet wasn't quite open yet, but they were getting ready. Keep walking down again. This is deck 9. I'm going to come across here. There's your deli. The main buffet area just getting ready to open. Continental breakfast area. Desserts and stuff in the middle there, and drink station. And then coming up on the left, in the morning it's the buffet and more omelets, but at lunchtime this area will be chopsticks, and in the evening it will become like equivalent of a seafood shack, where you can pay for the seafood options. Doesn't open until 5. Chopsticks is like a mini Mongolian wok, if you like, but not as good, in my opinion. All right, so we're going to keep walking down here and double back on the second lot of buffet. What I've noticed on these ships is the one towards the back always seems less busy than the one at the front. Those stairs there will lead you up to the Steakhouse, which is up on deck 10, but I'll show you that when I get to that deck. Another drink station. More omelets. Oh, actually, I tell a lie. This was the chopsticks area. And this is the one that became the seafood. My bad. Ignore what I just said. And no, I'm not redoing this video. We all make mistakes. All right, now we're coming up to the middle of Lido deck. So once we come out of these doors, again, hit that button. Immediately on the right, there's your Blue Iguana Cantina, where you can get your burritos and tacos and all that good stuff. They're ready to go. Right there. Breakfast tacos. Burritos on the side where you just came in. There's a ice cream area. And there's your toppings for the burritos. Still, I don't do the swirls ice creams. I don't know why. I like ice cream. Every now and then I will, but not very often. And this morning was towel animal morning. So look, you get extra looks at the towels. This is the main stage on Lido, where they'll do all the activities at the front here. There's your guy's burger. Fairly standard layout. Burritos in one corner, burgers in the other. Red Frog in the next corner, and Blue Iguana Bar in the other. And there's your main pool. Not too many chairs for you to lay out on, you'll notice. But this is the main seating area. There's another area behind this you'll see, so there's extra. So there's the Red Frog Bar, not the pub, Red Frog Rum Bar, right there. And there's your towel pickup, more towel animals. How about that for timing for you? Once every cruise, they do the towel animal morning. This is the Blue Iguana. And then you come through here. It's the same kind of doorway on both sides. And there's another pool and a hot tub and some more lounge seating here in this area. The opposite side to this will be the smoking side. This is the non-smoking side. Hence, I'm walking down this side. Now we're going to come in here. We're going to show you the spa and the gym. You saw a couple of ping pong tables on the right. There is the salon right there. Just opened. So they opened early. And this is the main spa and gym area. I actually did this tour like half an hour before, but it came out a bit dark, so I redid it. That's why it's light all of a sudden compared to when I started. So we're going to walk down the end here. We're going to come into the gym. They have a men's locker room and a women's locker room. That's one of the spa rooms right there. Little waiting area in the middle there. Secret hot tub right there that not a lot of people know about. So we're going to come into the gym on this side. It's not a men's or a ladies entrance like on other ships, but there is a men's and ladies locker room. So the early risers are out trying to get fit so they can have their 15 beers for the day. There's your hot tub, little secret one. Although the view is not exactly great, is it? But it is a hot tub, nevertheless. So the treadmills and the bikes and everything are down below, and you go up to this upper level for the weights and stuff right there. So there's all your weights and everything. One more look down at that hot tub. So certainly not the largest gym, but you know, it was never full. It's that hot tub. Free for anybody to go to. So now we're just going to come back out the other side. And the ladies' locker room would be on the left here. The men's would be on the right. So if I went straight down there, that's the ladies' locker room. And similar on the opposite side for the men's, but we're just going to cut back through here and come back out and continue on our little tour. We're just about finished with deck 9, and I'll show you deck 10 and above. And that will be another ship tour in the books. So we're back to the main entrance to the spa right there. We'll come back out the front here. Again, hit that button. All right, so now we're going to make our way up to deck 10. And you can go all the way around on these ships to the front. But we're going to pop in here on the right real quick in a second. Show you one more thing. Because in here, and they're in random places on the ship, but in here is the Club O2. It's the one for the teenagers, if I'm correct. Right there. There's your Club O2. I just wanted to pop in there and show you that. Now we'll carry on, walking up to the front of deck 10. There's a couple of good vantage points. If you get up early in the morning, you want to go see the sunrise, there's a couple of little walkways you can go out to and get a nice view, get some nice pictures. It's very weird because the jogging track on this ship is tiny, and most people utilize the back of the ship, which involves running through the smoking section, which is a bit of an oxymoron, but I don't know. So you see the sun was starting to rise. We're now looking back into the gym if you turn to the right. But I think I forgot to pan it, but if you look to the left here, one deck down, there was like a little balcony area you can go out and get some nice pictures. There's the people in the gym. So we're going to keep coming down here. And we'll head up to deck 11 briefly. If you notice that bad edit there, that was because I paused to take a picture of the sunrise. All right, gentlemen. That gentleman didn't like me. He walked around tutting and sighing the whole time, and he would not move for me, would he? Oh, these people and their GoPros. All right, so now we're up here on deck 11. At the front of the ship, there is the putting course, and there's your basketball court. This is the official running track. I think it said 15 laps is a mile or something, because it's very small. So most people utilize the back of the ship as the running track. But like I said, it involved walking through a lot of people, so it's kind of strange. So we just walk back down the other side. Finish up the putting green there. Oh, there's my friend again. The comments he made. This is why I talk over it. He did not like me. I'm a pro. I just rose above it. All right, we're back on deck 10 again. Looking back down at that area on deck 9 with the pool and the hot tub. I'm going to keep walking down here. Again, typically this side would be the non-smoking side. This is the port side. And then the opposite side, starboard, would be where the smoking areas are on these decks, typically. I'm going to come back down here. Now we're above the area with the red frog and the blue iguana and the stage and all that good stuff. It's going to be on the left if you look down. Right there. And we'll keep making our way back here. You'll see this is what people a lot of the time use as the jogging track. You see it's a bit longer and wider, but it's like almost like a turf coming up here on the left, on the floor. So yeah, it was a bit weird. So in a second, we're going to pop in and show you the steakhouse through these doors here. This is at the back of deck 10. I showed you the stairs leading up to it from the Lido earlier. But these are nice, large steakhouses. You should never have a problem getting a table in these ones because it's on 2 levels, loads of tables, a nice steakhouse bar. So yeah, you should never have a problem getting a seat in a steakhouse on these ships. You're looking up into the funnel right there, believe it or not. So remember that sight in a minute. When I show you the funnel, you'll see it. All right, we're getting there, people. We're getting there. We are almost done. Time for my normal question, which is today, what is your favorite sports team? No, what's your favorite sport? We say, what's your favorite sport? That's my test to see who's watching. Mine is football. That's soccer to you, football to me. And Ipswich Town are the greatest team, just so you know. So what is your favorite sport? And I guess put your team of that sport as well. That's my test, like I said, to see if you were still watching. So we're almost at the back now of deck 10. Just have one more quick thing to show you, and then we are done. I did this ship, we did the Panama Canal on this ship. I can't remember, I think it was 2017, something like that. So it's been a while since I've been on. And I do like these ships. I do like the Spirit class ships. There's the Waterworks. There's one of them, there's two. The one thing I don't like is that that's yellow, the other one's green. They're my least favorite colors because it's a football thing. Yes. But there's the other one. I tried not to do it, but I had to film it. Sacrifices again that I make. Local rivals playing green and yellow. I won't even say their name. But I won't eat peas and sweet corn on the same plate. Let's just say that. There's a little slide, and there's a big slide. That's the entrances to get up to both of them. So that's the Waterworks. And then we're just going to show you one more thing, and then we'll come to an end of this tour of Carnival Pride. Shower right there. We're back to the funnel. This is where we were looking up into from the Steakhouse. It's kind of cool. But we're going to pop up to deck 11 real quick. There's a little area you can go to relax. It's usually a bit quieter. I did see a few people up here during the week when I walked around. I always try and walk back to these quiet areas on busy times of the day just to see if people are up there. And there was a few people. But not too many by any means. But if you come up here, well, number one, you get a nice picture of the funnel. Which is right there. That's looking down into the Steakhouse. Remember we were looking up into that? Look at that sunrise. See this area down here with some chairs. That's a nice quiet little area. Rumor has it, that used to be for topless bathing back in the day. There's your funnel. Nice picture you could get there. And that's about it, everybody. That is your tour. We're going to look back at that Waterworks one last time. I'm going to pan around and show you the sunrise. And then we are done on my tour of Carnival Pride, Spirit class ship. And I will hand you back to me. I do like my sunrises. Hope you enjoyed that. Just everything else. You know, this class of ship is a bit different in that, you know, most of the action per se is actually on deck 2, some on deck 3. And you can walk all the way through on those decks, whereas on other ships you have to go up a bit higher. Lido's standard deck 9. But, you know, the hardest thing to find is the comedy club, and the secretest thing on there is that little sidewinder that goes around for the relaxing little area I showed you. But nice ships, no complaints whatsoever about them. You know, also noticeable, you know, from that there's only one restaurant on these ships, and the upper level was the your time dining, and the lower level was the set dining. So that's not something you see on the new ships. They'll always be separate. But yeah, no complaints. Great ship. If you go on there, you will have a good old time. So that's Carnival Pride, part of the Spirit class of ships. Again, with Spirit, Miracle, Legend, and Luminosa. And with that, subscribe if you haven't already. I see these other channels with a lot more subscribers than me. I'm not going to say anything. Why do people video like and when you do cabin tours, people, if anybody else is watching this that does cabin tours, try and make them clean. People don't want to see somebody sitting on their phone in your video. People don't want to see your stuff strewn all over the floor. They want to see a clean cabin, see what it looks like, in my opinion. Maybe people want to see the trash in your room after 5 days when you do a tour, clothes all over the floor and, you know, people on their phones, whatever. Not me. Keep it clean. As we used to say in England, keep it clean, keep it tidy. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Subscribe. Email me any questions you may or may not have. Going back on the Radiance very soon. Actually, by the time you watch this, I will probably be on the Radiance because I'm going to set this up to go out. Yes, the day I'm on it. Anyway, so Radiance. And then it's for my birthday. Aren't I special? Send me your tips. I need your tips. Every Monday I do a weekly tips. We're about 1 year in, so we've done 52. And we've got several more we need to do. So, you know, after 52 weeks of doing 3 or 4 tips a week, I'm running out of tips. I need yours. Send me your tips. And then your cruising traditions. If there's something you do every cruise, and as I like to say, people have asked me this question, the ship's up above me. Every time we go on a cruise, we do a pub crawl. We get these until they run out. They don't sell them anymore. And we have all the bartenders sign a ship. So that's our little tradition, one of them that we do. And with that, I will see you later, cruising world. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, mick@elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.